And now it is, except I thought I'd ride a fire truck, but I ride an ambulance. My stepdad, again, he was a volunteer fireman when we lived in New Lex, which is where I grew up. So as a kid, the tones would go off in town. You'd hear it, and then, Dad would get up from the kitchen table and out the door. Or, he had his stuff right beside the bed and out the door. And the one thing about him is, you can still tell that the fireman's in him. He doesn't do it anymore, but if we talk about running pump or, fires that he's been on, like his face just lights up and
Really?
he still has that passion. And so I had always thought about it. And, in my, 18 to early 20s or so, it had been something I thought about, but I really didn't know how to kind of go about it. And, I just never really jumped on it. Then 2012, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I started off as a volunteer, which that doesn't really exist anymore, but I started off that way. And it was actually Licking Township, which is where I met Kyle, and they paid for all of my schooling. And that would
Oh,
be my professional fire card and my paramedic certification. So I was there for 10 years,
nice.
and that's when I figured out, like, this is what I want to do. I mean, I worked as a teller at Fifth Third Bank at one time, and I just can remember staring out the window and watching Ladder 2 respond down 21st Street, like just daydreaming, like someday that'll be me. And now it is, except I thought I'd ride a fire truck, but I ride an ambulance.